Hey, what's going on, guys? Right, today's video is a bit of a mixture of highs and lows. I've just got back from the Australian Fitness Expo. I love expos, and this one was just as amazing as all of the others I've been to. I was invited there as a special guest with KTP, who I'm wearing right now. And yeah, it didn't exactly go as planned. I actually tore my abs. I tore my abdominal. I've got a video that I can show you guys of when it happened. I want to talk you through the whole experience. I want to talk about the people I met, the brands that were there, the state of the fitness industry right now, what I think about it, my opinion, and just run you through what happened. It's 9:15. We're down on the beach in Batu Balik Beach. It's in Seminyak. I don't know, are we in Seminyak? Here with a team, the whole team's here, and what about you? We're just chilling, have our coconuts, and this video today, it was supposed to be what I eat in a day, but this weekend was pretty eventful, so I just want to run you through what's going on because it's actually going to affect my training and my videos moving forwards. So I'm not going to be moving around too much in this video. That's why I'm sat here comfortably. But I wanted to talk about expos. Firstly, I love expos. I've been to a bunch of expos. I remember before social media, I've been there as a regular person, as a paying
visitor,
customer, visitor, is that it? And yeah, I used to love them then. I used to remember seeing the athletes that I follow on Instagram on different booths, watching people compete, going to like see all the brands that are in the fitness industry and picking up samples. I remember like leaving with like bags filled with like samples of protein powders and pre-workouts and drinks and t-shirts and shakers and all of this kind of stuff. And then I remember the first expo that I went to as like a special guest. It was the one with, it was probably when my Instagram was at its peak, and it was the Arnold's in the UK. It was in Birmingham. I was there with Boohoo, another brand, and I was actually competing as well. So I'd qualified, I did a competition previously to qualify. I took first place. And I was competing at the Arnold. So not only was it my first expo as like an athlete, so I got to meet so many people, but I was also in probably the best shape I've ever been in because I was about to compete. So I had a really good time there. It was my first kind of like eye-opening event where like I had so many people come and ask for pictures. Like I was signing people's belts, signing people's t-shirts, which for me at the time was crazy. I even had a few people come over with pictures of me asking me to sign them. So it just really opened my eyes because social media is, I mean, I sit here on my phone and it's just me. But then you kind of forget that there's real people on the other side of that. So these expos are amazing opportunities to meet the people that follow you and the people that support your pages. Obviously at the same time, there's tons of other athletes. There's athletes that I know from all over the world. There's athletes that I've still followed and still never met. There's loads of different brands. So yeah, I really enjoy an expo, and I really enjoyed that one as well. Right guys, we made it. We're here at the Oz Fitness Expo. I'm on the KTP stand. As you can see, the gates just opened, so there's people flooding in. It's going to be a great day. I'm super excited. I haven't been to an expo in a while, so yeah, very excited for this. The Oz Fitness Expo, again, really enjoyed. It's just not the experience that I wanted. So let's talk about the Oz Fitness Expo. Why was I there? Who was I with? What is the whole reason behind these kind of expos? So I was invited by KTP. I was there as a KTP athlete. So I was on the KTP booth for most of the weekend. Obviously I met the rest of the KTP team, all of the other athletes. We had, I think, so we went out for dinner, and I think there was like 35, 40 people, like as part of like the KTP crew. So there was a big group, and there was athletes, there was staff, there was obviously like the owner and videographers and everyone. And it was a really good team. Like honestly, everyone involved in the KTP team, I can't complain. Everyone was so nice. And I feel like I've made some new friends. I met some people that kind of I follow on Instagram or they follow me, like even within the team. And so my role on the weekend was just to be on the booth, meet people, chat to people, and just kind of like keep the energy up, and it's kind of it, to be honest. I did get a chance to like wander around the expo, talk to some other brands, talk to not activewear brands, currently exclusive, but I was talking to a couple of different supplement brands and some other brands. Because it was an Oz Fitness Expo, it's all Australian brands, well, pretty much. Obviously, some of the brands branch out into other countries, but predominantly Australian-based companies. So there's a few opportunities for me, because now that I'm based in Bali, it'll be much easier for me to work with Australian brands as opposed to English brands or American brands, because it's way closer. So I did have a few conversations with brands. There are a few new brands that are interested in me, and might be a collaboration, there might be a sponsorship on the table. I won't say any names yet, but once something's confirmed, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I made some good friends. Obviously we got to go out. We had dinners, we had a bit of a party, and it just allowed me to get a little bit closer to some of the people that I kind of spoke to briefly in the past. So the expo was in Sydney. It was at the ICC in Sydney. I've never been to Sydney before. As a matter of fact, 2 months ago I went to the Gold Coast. That was the first time I've ever been to Australia. So it was quite exciting, and I actually quite liked Sydney. On the first day, I just arrived. I was there before everyone else. So in the morning, I just got up, got my bag, and I just explored. I just wandered around. Did like 25,000 steps in the first day, just exploring Sydney, like literally like a tourist. I was a tourist. Right, we're arrived in Sydney. First time here. Super excited. If anyone has any recommendations, please let me know. But I like Sydney. Between Gold Coast and Sydney, I think I actually prefer Sydney, just because, well, I don't know, I think the Gold Coast, it was so hyped up before I went, and everyone's like, oh, if you like Bali, you're gonna love Gold Coast. And maybe I like Sydney because it was actually different to Bali. Whereas the Gold Coast, I feel like I have the beaches here, it's a little bit similar. Obviously there's still more of like a city, but I still think I prefer Bali over the Gold Coast, and maybe that's why I like Sydney more, because it's just more of like a city vibe, and there's lots to do. Okay, let's talk about what actually happens and what you guys probably clicked this video to see. So yeah, it's not clickbait. I actually tore my abdominals. Put me out for the whole weekend. I couldn't do anything. And I actually felt quite bad, because on my socials, like, people know me for abs and flips. I'm sure there's other stuff as well, but when I was meeting people, when I was on the stand, I couldn't even flex my abs, and there's no way I could do a flip. So I've got a video to show you guys. So what actually happened? About 2 months ago, I was trying some dumb video that I saw on social media. It's like hanging on the bar. We probably got a video of me trying it still. I did actually do it a few times. I definitely should have stopped, because I hurt myself a couple of times and I just kept going. And thing is with me, when I set myself a challenge, it's like an internal challenge. It's just me involved, but I make myself do it, which is sometimes good, and in this case, not good. So it was this thing where I like hanging on the bar, and I had like a medicine ball between my feet, and I'm like throwing the medicine ball over the bar and trying to catch it in my feet again. And it was harder than I thought, and I did manage to do it a few times. I did, however, use a medicine ball that was probably too heavy. My whole team was saying to me the whole time, just use the lighter medicine ball, and I refused. I just wouldn't do it. Looking back now, they were probably right. I should have listened. So at the time, I think I actually remember doing both sides, no? Yeah, so I think I did this side, and I was like, oh, it wasn't bad, but I was like, I felt something that was a bit uncomfortable. So I was like, oh, let's switch to, how am I switching to? Oh yeah, because I was throwing it that way. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna switch to the other side. And I did something similar there. I actually went back, and I was like, oh, it's not too bad, I'll try it. Then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop now, because something's not right, so I'm gonna leave it. And then I rested. Well, I didn't rest, but I didn't do anything that was focused on my core, or backflips, or anything like this for like 6 to 8 weeks, up until the expo. Then we got to the expo, day one on the expo. People are coming in, I'm meeting people, I'm there with the team. It's like everyone's hyped, there's music playing, there's people on mics, there's so much going on. And then some of the team are like, Lewis, do a backflip, do a backflip, do a backflip, do a backflip, do a backflip. And then obviously there's people stopping. They're like, oh my God, this guy's about to do a backflip. And then there's other people from the team. They're like, oh, Lewis can do a backflip. So I was like, there was a lot of pressure. And I was like, look, I just need to do a bit of a warm up, just test, see what's going on. And then there were still people like, do a backflip. And I just thought, oh, fuck it, I'll do a backflip. And I actually did 2. So I'll show the video. Let's leave some room on one side for the video. And so I was feeling heavy, I was feeling stiff, but I just crushed under the peer pressure. So I did 1, landed down on the floor. And as I did that first one, I did feel like a little bit of something happened. But in my head, I was already gonna do 2. So it's not like I did 1 and stopped and then thought it through again. I did 1, landed, did another 1, landed. And the first one, I felt something. The second one, it really, boom, I literally felt it just pull apart. And as soon as I landed the second one, people were watching, they're like, oh my God, yeah, backflip. And there's me thinking, I fucked myself. So like slowly get up. I tried to make it look like I'm not injured. I just like walk off to the side, chill there for a second, and I go straight to the medical center. But when I think back about it now, I think I did 2. I think I did most of the damage on the second one. And I keep thinking this, I keep thinking, why did I do, like I did 1 and something happened, why didn't I just stop there? And I've thought about this so many times and I don't know why I did it. I should have just done 1 and stopped and go, oh, that's not right. Should have warmed up. I should have not listened to everyone else, but I listened to them. I didn't warm up. I did 1, then I did 2. It is what it is. I went to the medical center and they're not physios. They don't have scans there. They couldn't really do anything. They gave me some painkillers. And then there was a physio booth at the expo. So I went over to them. I explained what I did. They had a look for me. They explained it could be a strain, could be a tear, could be a hernia, could be like a list of things that it might be, but obviously without a scan, they can't tell. So I was like, thanks for looking at it. And then the next day they said to me, I think they actually, because I followed them on Instagram, so on the first day they didn't know who I was, and then not that I'm anyone important, but the next day they had seen my social medias and they basically said, oh, come over, see us at the end of the day, and obviously I'm happy to post something for them. I did, I tagged them in my story, and so I went over the next day. They had another look, but again, there's not really much they could do, but they kind of tried to loosen up the areas around it. And then I brought some like pain cream, which probably doesn't do anything, but we tried it anyway. And for the rest of the weekend, I had to just take it easy. People came over and they're like, oh, can you do a flip? And I'm like, nah, no. There's a punch machine there. I got a few punches in beforehand, set the record actually. I'm sure we've got a video of that as well. I was doing a few bits, I was training beforehand. After I did this, I couldn't lift my bag off the floor. I definitely couldn't go on the punch machine, couldn't do any flips, couldn't train properly, couldn't flex my abs. Like people taking pictures and like, oh, should we do a topless one? I'm like, nope, like, I can't flex. So I just felt a bit useless, to be honest. I was there on the booth, but I had arrived as this one person who can offer so much, and then after this I was just a useless blob, stood there smiling like a dummy. Like I couldn't really do anything, but I was there. I went there to represent, and I had a good time. But it just didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And now I've had an ultrasound. We had an ultrasound scan. Maybe we can put some of the pictures on the screen, and we had a report as well. Actually, do I have the report? So these are my results. You can't really tell much from here, and it's going to be very small, but we'll put some pictures on the screen. If there's anyone that understands these well and wants to give me any advice, please do. I'm having a baby, guys. It's a weird, ugly ass baby, but still it's mine. Gender reveal next week, yeah. Okay, let's look at the report. So the report says ultrasound lower abdomen, focus on the left side. The patient presents with a localized lower left, well, we don't need to do that bit. Ultrasound findings. 1, enlargement of the abdominal muscle on the left, lower abdomen compared to the right side. We've got muscle echo texture with loss of normal fiber continuity. Presence of fluid collection with ill-defined margins. So we've got fluid collection in here as well. Wall thickening, and then lesion measures approximately 7.5 by 3.33 centimeters. So we're talking potentially a 7 centimeter tear. Yeah, impression most consistent with a complete abdominal muscle tear. Differential considerations include inflammatory process, abscess, and then a couple of other things that are a bit too, I mean, obviously the other things, I'm hoping it's not these, like they're life-threatening things, but that's something, I think I just have to put that in. But we think it's a tear. Actually, we can probably put that footage in now. Yeah, we're going to get an MRI, so we'll let that in. We'll talk about that. We'll see what we find. But for the time being, this is going to affect my training. I went into the gym yesterday. I tried to figure out what I can do, what I can't do. There's a lot I can't do. I'm going to see, I just have to get the MRI. I'm gonna do physio. I'm gonna work around it, see what I can do, make sure my recovery is decent. I'm gonna be making sure I sleep well, staying on top of my nutrition, resting. I'm gonna be taking recovery peptides directly into that area. See if we can speed this process up. But for the time being, bear with me. There's not gonna be a lot of training. There's not gonna be any flips. And we're just going to have to recover. It's gonna be a slow journey. I don't even know how long. I don't know how long at all. Obviously, I've got my retreat. I'm hoping to be somewhat in a better condition by then. Whilst we're here, we still have a couple of spaces for the retreat. So if any of you guys are interested, just comment the word Bali. I can send you all the information. We've got a really good group of people. I'm very, very excited for this retreat, despite my injury. So if you wanna be here in Bali with an amazing group of people and have the best week of your life, just comment Bali or DM me on Instagram. So other than that, thanks for your support. I will be posting regularly still. I'll keep you guys updated, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the other social media platforms and let me know what else you want to see. And if there are any doctors that want to send me any advice, or anyone that wants to swap abs for 8 weeks or so, let me know. So before I go, if any of you have had a serious injury that's affected your training, let me know in the comments. Tell me, I want to hear what happened to you, how you dealt with it, because for me, I struggle. As most of you know, I have ADHD. I'm a very restless person. I find it hard to sit still. Even sitting still to film this video is a challenge. But yeah, I struggle being injured. I always want to be moving, I always want to be training, and especially when I was at the expo, watching people do, like someone came in and did a flip, someone did a handstand, and I'm like, I can do this, I want to 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 do this. Like, I want to be involved, and I couldn't. And it's the same now, like with training, I just want to go and do things. Like, I'm on the beach now and my brain's going, I want to go and play on the sand and do stuff. So yeah, let me know what injury you guys have had and how you dealt with it, like physically and mentally. And finally, I want to say thanks to everyone I met at the expo. I want to say a big thanks to KTP for bringing me along. Thank you to Oz Fitness Expo just for running the event. And thank you to everyone that I met, everyone that come and said hi, everyone that took pictures with me, everyone that has just been supporting me along the way, and to the people I met there. Like, I met some really amazing people, and I'm excited for the next expo. I think I'm going to the Melbourne Expo in April, and I think I'm going to FIBO in Germany in April as well. So I'll see you guys there, hopefully. But if you haven't already, please subscribe, check out all the other social media platforms, and yeah, wish me luck. I'll keep you updated. I'll see you in the next video.